Right, hi. Just thought I'd finish off the Southern Upland Way with going through the gear that came back and a quick gear review. So, starting at the base layers, merino wool shreddies work really well. Woo! Don't smell. And got the boxers as the main pair, and I've got the long johns, or leggings I think they're officially called, as a backup pair, useful on cold nights. And instead of the high-tech wicking t-shirt, went for the Keep On Trekking from Life Is Good, because I think the message says it all, and it's quite a nifty little t-shirt as well. That does actually smell quite well. I need to do a scratch and sniff version of this as well. The socks, took 3 pair. The main ones I liked was the Smart Wool, and they're quite good. Didn't need to change them that often. And secondary pair was the 1000 Mile socks, and pair I didn't actually use, but took with me was the sealskin waterproofs. The liner socks wore a bit too much because it squashed my feet in a bit too much. But they're quite good for holding on plasters for blisters, but I figure it was actually causing me blisters. And speaking of footwear, the boots I decided to take with me, the Scarpa ZG65s, I've had out in the Cairn Gorms and no trouble at all with them. Went for the boots rather than the trail shoes. Didn't know what the weather was going to be like. Turned out to be literally blisteringly hot for 2 weeks and a day. Boots did really well, no sign of wear and tear on them. By the end I was not tying the boots tight, like I've been doing all the way through. That meant that my feet weren't getting squashed in. I have a bad problem, which is the fact that I am exactly the right size for the boots. If I put on too much in the way of socks, then the boots are too small. If I go for the next size up, then my feet rattle around in them. So I'm exactly size 45, no line of leeway, and I should have thought about this beforehand and put some form of spacers in or something like that. But I'm an idiot. There we go. Usual walking gear, the excellent Mountain Hardwear Trek pants. Don't like the idea of the zip-offs. Nobody really needs to see my legs. And the normal ones are great. They've got a chamois where you need chamois. They have a couple of back pockets in there, good for putting in trail maps. Other ones good for wallet and stuff like that. They've got a zip pocket which is useful for things like mercs and stuff like that you find along the way. What I'll do is I'll carry a pile of batteries for camera and GPS system, and as the batteries die I'll put them into the other pocket, and at the end of the day I'll put them into my rubbish bag. And there's some waymarks as well. In the other pocket I've got my patented Ray Mears survival kit, lanyarded on, and fire starter, multi-tool, whistle, and a couple of LED lights. The wee LED light, really useful because you can switch it on rather than pressing a button and leave it on. Good for working the tent, on emergency first aid and stuff like that, pulling thorns out when you need a light that's on all the time. And also with the walking pole on a dark road, you can turn it on, hook it from your walking pole lanyard, and then carry that around like an old-fashioned torch. Anytime you use the tool, clip it back on to the crab and that goes back in the pocket. So you don't have things lying around in other pockets and other places that you might actually lose them. Using the multi-tool, again, cutting into things, cutting out plasters, things along that line. Fold it back up, put it back on the crab, and then that goes all back in the pocket there. Saw in a Ray Mears program when he was out in Canada, I think it was, hence the Ray Mears kit. Other bit about the trouser I like is the fact that for comfort on a hot day you can unzip the trouser vents like that. And if you're doing a river crossing, what you can do as well is you can roll up the trousers like that. And I'm sure they used to do that in the Bruins, but this is a high-tech version of it. So wore them for the walking for every single day. I have backup trousers which are the Montane Terra trousers and the black and grey ones that are showerproof, and I just wore them for evenings when I was in civilization. Over the t-shirt go my TNF 100 fleece, and when I didn't wear it, it was my shoulders were being rubbed to shreds, to be polite, by the straps of the rucksack, and figured out what I was doing wrong, which was the fact I wasn't wearing additional padding underneath it. So put the fleece on and then rolled the fleece up over my midriff to get the ventilation there, and it all worked fine. Shoulders started healing up, no trouble at all. And final bit of worn kit is the boonie hat, which is an old Ultimate hat. It's Gore-Tex, says it floats, but I'm not going to try it. It's just one I bought years ago, and when I saw people talking about things like Tilly hats and stuff like that, I remembered I actually had this, and it folds down. You can stuff it into a pack, you can stuff it into a pocket, or you can wear it on your head. You can fashion it into different shapes, you can have fun with it, and it keeps the sun off, and it's Gore-Tex, and it keeps the rain off. And very useful. Like I say, it packs away. I don't know if other hats do that, but it packs away quite well. On a windy day you can take the lanyards down and stop it blowing away.